Bonjour, comment allez-vous? Hello, how are you? Welcome back to my YouTube channel and Futur Anubhav. If you have already subscribed to my channel, press the bell icon to get the latest updates. In today's class, we are continuing with CBSE Class 10 Term 2 2021-22 revision. And in today's video, we will be discussing tenses. Okay, tenses which are there in the syllabus for Term 2 for this year, Class 10. Okay. Now, all these tenses are already discussed on my channel, so all their links are provided in the description box below. You can have a look on those videos if you want to know about these topics in detail. Otherwise, in today's video, we are discussing every tense which is there in a very brief manner. Okay. So, पहला tense क्या है? First tense which we are taking is imperative. Imperative. Okay. Now in today's video, we won't be discussing any subjective question. Okay, for subjective questions, I will be uploading a different video. Okay, today, in this video, we are just having concept clarity and the revision. Okay, that's all. So imperative, where to use? To give orders or to give advice. Okay, whenever you're suppose mate en temps convenable is your question which you have in front of you, and you see that the statement, when you translate it, you realize that it's an advice or it's an order. In that case, we're using imperative. Imperative also, like an imperative statement, like there's no subject, right? There's no subject. So that can also act like an indicator, and even the exclamation mark at the end of the statement. That's another indicator that okay, exclamation is there, subject is not there, so imperative is what we need to do, right? Imperative is done with only 3 subjects. Okay, du, nu, and vous. You, second person singular, first person plural, second person plural. Okay. How to do it? Take the present tense conjugation. First, subjects are not there. Okay, subject pronouns are missing. Affirm to conjugation, remove the s, and nu and vous, just the same. We have 4 exceptions. Okay, let's discuss them quickly. We have avoir, we have être, we have savoir, and vouloir. Okay, avoir means to have, être means to be, savoir means to know, vouloir means to want. Okay, now what are the conjugations for tu? A, ayant, ayez. I guess it's soit, yes. Soit, soyons, soyez. Sache, sachez, sachons, sachez. Okay, and lastly, veuille, voyons, voyez. So these are your exceptions, and this is your imperative used to give orders or advice. Okay, subject is not there, exclamation mark is there. Fine. Moving to the next tense. Next tense is what? Passé composé. Passé composé is your simple past. Okay. It's your simple past. Simple past used for what? A one-time event taken place in the past. Okay. So, talking about the formation, what it is, we have subject, then we have the auxiliary verb. To be noted, present tense conjugation. Okay, present tense, auxiliary verbs we have 2, either être or avoir. I hope être and avoir present tense conjugation I need not to discuss, or I can just say it like je suis, as for être, S-U-I-S, then tu es, E-S, for Ilanel, E-S-T, A, for nous, S-O-M-M-E-S, som, vous êtes, E-T-E-S, E with the chapeau, this exclamation mark, right, and then il-L, third person plural, S-O-N-T, for avoir, j'ai, A-I, tu as, A-S, il-L-A, A, nous avons, A-V-O-N-S, vous avez, A-V-E-Z, ils or else on, O-N-T. Right? There was no space to write, that's why this was like that. And then we have the this thing. What? Past participle. Past participle formation is like very easy. For ER ending verbs, remove the R, add an extra agu. For IR ending verbs, remove an R. Right, like finir. FINIR, remove the R. Done. But. There are numerous exceptions in past composé. Right. Basically for the past participle. So all those past participles are discussed on our past composé video. So you must watch that because discussing all the cases is not really feasible. Right. Past participle. There's one more thing which is added here. What? Agreement. Agreement is what? If your subject is masculine plural, then your past participle should comply with it. It should be in masculine plural. If your subject is feminine, then your past participle should comply with it. It should be in agreement with it. It should have an extra E. Now when this agreement is followed, not in all cases of course. For hetero, whenever the auxiliary verb is hetero, agreement is followed always. And for hetero, which all verbs are there? Again, you need to watch the video. But which all verbs are there? You can either follow the advent group or you can follow Dr. Mrs. von der Tromp. And all the pronominal verbs with hetero. Okay. So, agreement is followed and in avoir it's not followed, but there's only one case when direct object pronoun is coming there in the statement. Then, we are using the agreement in avoir as well, whenever avoir is auxiliary verb. And if you are doing negation, then what? Here it will be no, and here it will be pas. Or if there's negative expression, like na rien, or na personne, or na nulle part, then in place of pas, all those will be coming. Very easy. Yeah, I have to discuss this much only because we have to cover kind of a lot in a very short time span. So, yeah. The next tense, what do we have in the queue? Let's see. Okay, we have, I guess, imparfait. Imparfait, imperfect tense or past continuous. Okay. Past progressive, imperfect tense or past continuous, you may call it anything. Okay. Used for a prolonged action or a long time action in the past. Okay, not like a one-time event, a prolonged one, a continuous one in the past. Okay, for that we are using imparfait. Generally, like when we are narrating stories, right? Whenever like this, within like un jour, one day it happened, then we are using of course passé composé. But in other case, when we are talking about a story like he used to do this, he or she used to do that, right? Then we are using what? Imparfait and then. So, continuous action or prolonged action in the past, and imparfait talking about the formation, how to form. You take the present tense conjugation with first person plural. First person plural is what? Nu. You take that conjugation, you remove the ONS and then add the endings. Okay, you add the endings of imparfait, which are AIS for je, AIS for tu, AIT for ILNL, IUNS for nu, IEZ for vu, and AIENT for what? ILNL, plural. Okay, so these are your endings. And yeah, I guess that's sufficient to discuss about imparfait. Yeah, there's an exception as well, like hetero. Think of it, no, hetero's conjugation with nu is what? Som. It doesn't have any ONS and how to do this. So for hetero, marker friends, just give me 1 minute. Oh god. So, for hetero it's like what? It's ete, like this, right? E with an exon AQ and TAIS like that. Fine. Moving to the fourth one. Of course, like all the cases in imparfait, like which all verbs are conjugated in which way, to know that you need to watch the video, right, on imparfait, because discussing everything won't be possible in this video, right? We're just revising superficially everything. Not everything technically, just the verbs. Sorry, not even the verbs, just the tenses. If you need a like a revision video for conjugation of verbs, tell me, I'll do it. Of course, irregular verbs cannot be included because irregular verbs is like every verb is having like its own conjugation. But regular verbs, the three groups, first group, second group, third group, that can be revised very well in just a single video, isn't it? Fourth one, futur proche, very easy. Futur proche, near future, जो अभी होने वाला है. Then we are using futur proche, right? How to do it? Subject, okay, plus present tense conjugation of alle, which means to go. Like dash is going to what? That what is your infinitive verb. Infinitive. Infinitive form is what? The unconjugated form. Okay, that's your infinitive. So subject plus present tense of alle and then infinitive. Alle conjugation, let's recap. Je vais. V-A-I-S, tu vas. V-E-S, il, elle va. V-A. Nous allons, A-L-L-O-N-S. Vous allez, A-L-L-E-Z. And il, elle, like third person plural, vont. V-O-N-T. Fine. Oh, wait. And if you are doing negation, here will be the ne, will be coming ne, and here it will be pas. Or if there's any negative expression like rien or personne, nulle part, in case of pas. Simple. Fifth, futur simple. Again, easy. Name is very evident. Simple future, right? Future event, not as recent as futur proche. Okay, like okay, it's in future. It will happen, but not like as near as compared to futur proche. Okay, so for that we are using futur simple. Generally, like the endings, like not the endings, the radical part is the infinitive form. But again, there are like many exceptions, okay, in futur simple as well. So again, you need to watch the video. For er ending verbs, it's just the infinitive. For ir ending verbs, again, it's the infinitive. For re ending verbs, you remove again regular re ending verbs. Okay, you remove the e, last e, and then add the endings, right? So there are a few rules for every verb, but then there are exceptions as well, many exceptions. So for those, you need to watch the video. Futur simple, okay, simple future. What are the endings? AI for je, as for tu, R for il. I'm putting a hyphen here to indicate that it's an ending, okay? Like in continuation, like parlera, like that. For nu, ons, for vous, ez, and for il plural, ont. Simple. Exceptions, of course, discussed in my video, so go for it. Next, what do we have in line? We have passé des sons. Oh, the board moved a bit, and it may happen that the camera moved a bit out of focus, but never mind. I hope it's alright. I really hope that. Passé des sons, recent past, jo abhi hua hai. Okay, in the past. So, just happened. Indicator, il y a 5 minutes. Oh, indicator I didn't talk about. See, for futur simple, l'année prochaine, or le mois prochain, la semaine prochaine, like the next month, next week, or next year, right? Or after 2 months, after 2 weeks, like that. For futur proche, indicator would be what? Dans 5 minutes, dans 10 minutes, dans un moment, like in a moment, or in 10 minutes, in 5 minutes. And for passé des sons, indicator would be what? Il y a 5 minutes, il y a 10 minutes. It's been 5 minutes, it's been 10 minutes that it has happened, like that. And formation is what? we have subject, we have present tense conjugation of venir. Oh, what's wrong with the marker? Wait, there was something wrong with the marker. Yeah, venir, present tense conjugation. Je viens, tu viens, il elle vient, nous venons, vous venez, il elle viennent. Double N E N T. Okay, right. Plus the plus infinitive. This the will become the apostrophe if the infinitive begins with a vowel. If there is negative, then here no, and then here pa. Simple. Oh, not a question. Point number 7. Point number 7 and point number 8 I got to discuss together because they are very similar to one another. Okay, I think you can guess it. Which verbs, which tenses I'm talking about. We have plus parfait and we have futur antérieur. Very similar to one another. Okay. Plus parfait is what? Used for an action preceding another action in the past. And futur antérieur is what? An action preceding another action. Like the action which was completed before beginning another action in the future. That's your futur antérieur. So, plus parfait and futur antérieur, we have 4 indicators. Okay, 4 indicators, what are they? Aussitôt que, dès que, quand, and lorsque. Like looking at the CBSE curriculum, these 4 are the indicators which we get. But then how to decide that whether to use plus parfait or futur antérieur? In like these words are present, you have another indicator. Like you have any one of these, and the another part of the same statement is done with passé composé. Then it indicates that okay, it's talking about past. So if you are using the tense, that should mean that that action took place before this action in the past, right? Hence, indicator plus parfait. Similarly, if any of these words is present and you have your this thing, futur antérieur, futur simple in the another portion of the statement, then you get the indication that futur antérieur is what we need to use. Talking about the formation of each. Okay, it is subject plus auxiliary verb in imparfait form. Okay, imparfait conjugation plus past participle followed by agreement if applicable. Same rules as in passé composé, that with être it's always, with avoir in case of direct object pronoun it's the same. Here if it's a negative statement, then now here, pas here. Similarly here we have subject plus auxiliary verb in futur simple form. Okay, simple future conjugation plus past participle followed by agreement if required. Okay, agreement is not there in all the cases, isn't it? Like when auxiliary verb is avoir and there's no direct object pronoun, then no agreement is followed, right? Now the last one, the most basic one, because I wanted to discuss at the end. Present tense. Okay, when to use present tense? You don't have any indicator in this. Okay, whether it's a past one or a future one, or it's a near past one, or it's a near future, recent past one, or it's a near future one. You don't have any indicator. There's no indicator, co-indicator. Then, what's the option going for? Simple present tense. Present tense and how to conjugate? Simple your present tense conjugation which you learned for all the verbs, right? Simple present tense conjugation. So I think I should put the link to the playlist of verbs in French as well. That would be helpful for present tense. Okay. And now I can say that concept revising is done. Okay. Questions are left. I will make a video soon on revising tenses through subjective questions for examination point of view. And yeah, let's put the whole tail say to push you. That's all for today. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my YouTube channel Futur Anubhav. And if you have any doubt or suggestion, you may write that in the comment section below. You may also like my Facebook page by the same name, Futur Anubhav. See you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Au revoir. N'oubliez pas que la langue française est l'amour.